back to our YouTube channel. I'm Quaj.
I'm Eunice.
And together we are
the CoNice.
If you're just joining us for the first time,
you're welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber,
our real MVPs,
you are the real G's. Like the real you.
Yep.
We love you. You're welcome. Thank you for sticking to us, for sticking with us. Anyhow, the English is
joining us in this ride.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll film on faith, relationship, marriage, lifestyle, love, God, and every good, gushy, sweet things
and love
you would want to see. Alright, so today we're gonna be talking about juicy questions.
Are we gonna be talking now? You're putting me on the hot seat.
Alright, so today let me rephrase. I'm putting this handsome man over here.
This is how you tend somebody.
I'm putting this handsome, sweet, loving man, my pastor, right? I'm putting my pastor right now on this sweet hot gist. I'm not putting in a hot seat. We're just going to talk about like juicy questions. Females are most times afraid to ask their man. So we're going to be asking him today. He's going to be answering for all the men. Kind of like representing for all the men. I know he's not
for myself.
He's not in everybody's mind. Yeah, he's not in everybody's mind. So you may not really be able to answer everything, but just in a general light, you're going to be answering some of my questions.
Wish me luck.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Chill.
Pick me up.
Chill.
Pick me up. What's number one?
Alright, so let's go. I have some questions over here that I'll be asking him, and number one question is
if you are going to be doing this, show them.
Newlywed. Alright, so what does respect mean to men? I thought I was going to ask you this question, not just because of the ladies out there. For you
have to start with that one.
And for you have to start with that one because I know it's the cocoa. So tell us, what does respect mean to men in general or to a man?
This is why I say people should wish me luck, because I really want to start in answering this question now. Anyway, the truth is, as much as we're in the Gen Z generation and most people feel like, we're not big on respect. Everybody's big on respect. That's true. Everybody's big on respect. Male, female, even children. There are some things you do to children as that they'll be like, mommy, you shouldn't be doing this in front of my friends now. You shouldn't be still expect the fact that everybody's big on respect. Talk more of the more that told me to talk about. Talk more of in a situation where the man is supposed to be the head of the family. So the woman, first of all, before I continue, this phrase, respect is reciprocal.
Yes.
As much as respect is important to a man, so it is important to a woman. True. It is not more important to one person than the other. That's the way it is. But as a man, there's no but. There's no but in that statement. It's just plain fact. So as a man and as a human being, I'm a bit big on respect in the sense that there are some things you can. I have this saying that I used to tell you that we can argue and fight on the inside. Don't go and disgrace me outside. And apart from the arguing and fight on the inside and then disgrace on the outside, the thing is, as a woman, as much as a man respects you and loves you, if you look at what the Bible actually says, it says, wife, respect your husband, and husbands, love your wife. Now, the key thing, most people feel like, once I love you, I don't owe you anything. If you love somebody, you respect that person. That's why they say the Bible is complete. True. Every man sees himself as the head of the home. That's a marriage for the married man, of which that's what the Bible says, and that's what he is as the head of the home. True. So, as a woman, you cannot disrespect the head of the house.
What does it mean to you? What does respect mean to you?
Respect means, in my own terms, what I will not do to you, don't do to me. That's simple. treat me the way I would treat you. Not necessarily, you might not do things the way I do things, but if you know that there are certain boundaries I will not cross with you, don't cross it with me. That's for me, that's my own idea of respect. If you do me what I do to you, I cannot say, oh, you're disrespecting me because I'm doing it to you. It means I'm disrespecting you too. So it's either if you do that to me and I realize I've done it to you and I don't like it, then I trace myself back and know that okay, I'm disrespecting this lady and now she has done it to me. I don't like it. So I'm not realizing I'm disrespecting you, so I will stop that. But if I don't do something to you, don't do it to me. That's what respect is for.
Yeah, true.
Every other thing is added advantage. Added advantage. He says, oh, husband, this, I don't know, I don't know.
I don't know what.
You know, like some women have this mindset that when they want to make food, they'll come and put the tray and then kneel down and do all those traditional
No,
stuff.
that's some
That is
people
not
feel.
even that's not even a sign of respect. That's a sign of duty most times. But some people mistake it for respect.
You know, there's some persons that okay. I feel respect for a man. It varies. It does not. Well, I'm telling you, talk about general perspective, but I feel you're talking about yourself like you're talking about your person. But I feel in general perspective, respect means different things to different men. You can trace it to background.
Yeah.
You can trace it to society.
Yeah.
You can trace it to what people have built themselves up to be.
Exactly.
Okay, there are some persons that when they were growing up, like when they were young, they saw their mom doing what you said. They saw their mom bringing food to their dad. They would kneel down. They would do all those things. And then in their head, yes, you see those
signs of respect.
Thank you. So they now grow up to be like, I would like my wife to do this. And you will not come from a room. Not necessarily a room. Like you came from the home that everything is jaye. Just cook the food. Even you don't even serve, maybe I'll leave it in the kitchen. And I'm like, you don't respect me. Okay, that's when things it can be big on it that my wife does not respect me, she does not do this, she does not do that. But for her own them, it's like I don't understand. I cook food for you inside the kitchen. Come and collect your food and eat now.
Now,
so you see?
now the thing is, there's a mixture in that in two ways. I'll come to the food aspect. Mm-hmm. Now, somebody comes and brings you food and kneels down and says, "Oh, my darling husband, thank you, my Lord, and whatever kind of word that they use, thank you, my Lord, and blah blah." And this same person does not hesitate to insult you outside. Which should you prefer? Don't give me the food. Don't bring the food for me. Once I'm outside, you see all those things I used to do for me, need and bring food. Treat me the way you want to treat me special in giving me food because you feel that's the way it should be. Treat me in the same manner outside. So I would gladly give up you coming to serve me food with you and kneeling down for you to respect me, to show me some level of respect outside.
Okay.
So you get there are some things that even I feel like if your man or if your spouse, not say man, if your spouse does something wrong outside, there are ways you can caution them without making a scene. Or don't even caution them outside. When they get back home, call them and say, babe, what you did, don't do it like that again, or what you did, I didn't like it. If it was to you, what you did outside, I didn't like it, or the way you handled this thing was not right. I would respect that, and I will see that you respected me enough not to try to embarrass me outside and then talk to me about it inside. Than for you to come and kneel down, my lord, and then give me food, and then outside be like, what's wrong with you? So what's wrong with you? Is that how they used to do something? I'm serious, man. Calm down. So again, it varies. Sometimes I feel people, there are some people that mistake duty for respect. That's the thing. Now, in the aspect of the food, you cook food. Papa, yeah, human being. The person there, as you cook food, you go leave the food to examine the person go kitchen. As you cook the food, you still share the same thing as a man. You can still cook for your wife.
It's just some. Everybody has their own different ways of doing things, and we came from. I feel what a man and a woman does in this real life are things they grew up with. There's some persons I see, and I'm like, why would you do this? But forgetting that, okay, maybe their background can be like this, maybe their upbringing can be like this. But if yours can be like that, there's every tendency for you to change, right?
Yes, one thing. Your upbringing might not always be right. It can be different, but it might not always be right. So if you grow up, if you have an upbringing where you do the wrong things and then you see it as normal, when you come out and then you start seeing that those your normal is actually not right, it's up to you to change. So you will not say, "Oh, this is the way I grew up." You'll be disrespecting your husband because this is the way I grew up. No, that's not an excuse. If you know what you're doing is disrespectful to your spouse, you stop it. Simple.
True. Alright, so the next question is, how do you know a guy sees you in his future? Like, how would you know that, okay, I'm part of, I think we talked about it just now. How would you know that I am part of this guy's future? Like, people that are not married now, this is not directed to couples, right? So, how would you know?
It's a direct question and answer thing. To know that somebody sees you in his future, the person talks about you in his future. It's as simple as that. Seriously, there's no.
What do you guys know that kind of discussion now?
Why would you want to marry somebody and then you don't have a discussion about your
No,
future?
it's not married. Like, maybe you just met a guy, you guys just start dating, and
Oh,
you're
you
still
want
trying
know
to, you're still
if
trying
you-
to, yeah, you're
if
still trying
something
to,
can happen.
yeah, you're still trying to know this person, and you want to know, how do you know that, okay, this guy can actually like see me instead of me wasting my whole time and everything?
Okay, well, that's one. Again, it's still the straightforward question and answer thing. When this guy is talking about things he wants to accomplish in his future, or things he wants to get in his future, if it's a distant future and he says, "Oh, I want to be this, I want to do this, I want to do that," it is normal. But in that, I want to do that. In the closer future, you have to come to play because there are things I want to achieve as a man that is individual to me. So there are also things I want to achieve in life that the person I want to achieve it with will come into play. Do you get? Like, I think I told you that I want to have adventures before we got married, when we were still dating.
Yes.
I'm not really an adventurous person, but I want to have adventures with you. Remember I said that?
Yes,
Exactly. I've never really, I've tried to go on adventures, but I've never really gone on adventures like that.
We're
I really
married,
want to.
but you have not to. You've not even
Exactly, that's why I said it's you. You go.
I'm
Yes.
not the one now.
You are the one. You're experiencing life together
Oh my
to some point.
God.
Happen. True. You see, okay, this is somebody that just
That was.
experienced a flamboyant Valentine limousine ride, all expense paid, whatever Valentine moment, and not just I'm not experiencing any adventure. What do you want? You want to start swinging from tree? You want us to be doing monkey things? Anyway, so like I said, it's simple.
That's not adventurous, so babe.
Well, it's things that we've not done before. What's adventure? You do things you've not done before.
Adventure for me is skydiving.
I think you skydiving. Anyway, so on the general note, this person is talking about his immediate future and his life in general.
True.
Nobody wants to go through life alone, except some people that actively say, "I'm not getting married," and that one
No marriage.
no marriage. But everybody that wants to get married and wants to experience life, they always want to experience it with the person that they love. So if you are that person, they will start infusing, even if people are not still talking the whole relationship thing, they'll start using it to give you hints.
True.
Gradually.
True.
Like, I would like us to go and do this thing, or this is one thing I like to do, I would like to experience it with you and stuff.
But do you think it's all guys that see that or do that?
Ah.
Because what I feel now about this case is that what English like is now, some guys are they're not so conscious. They're not so conscious about that. They're not so conscious about that because I was telling you that I've actually been in a relationship with someone, and all the person talks about is, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I'm like, okay, so where do I come in? How do I come in?
Nah.
Because there are people like that. And I feel they don't really like. I don't know if they understand that.
I think for people like that, it's at that point in their life, they probably don't know what they want with regards to relationship or marriage.
Oh,
So
sure.
at that point in their life, they already know what they want as individuals. But with regards to relationship and marriage, they don't know yet. Now, there are some people that know, and then when they start saying it, you will know that you are not the person. Because they will still be giving you hints that it's not you. So don't overthink things.
And it's not you.
It's not you.
So wrong.
You will know.
If you're having that kind of, just try and have conversations. Like, just try and have conversations. So if you get that kind of conversations and you already see that this person, they're not in the future, they're not even in the next nearest future, not called the father future. So you're not even in the nearest. So just know how to deal and know how to run.
One thing, like I said, for some the ones that don't know what they want yet, it's up to the lady to say, okay, let me. If you want to stick around to help them realize what they want to do in future with respect to life, no, not with you. It might not be with you. Because when they start realizing, once they are with you, they start getting the romantic nature and romantic feeling and all of that, and then they start wanting to, okay, what would I want to do with the person I'm in love with and everything. They might not be in love with you, but as a female touch, that's
how someone start dating you and might not be in love with you. Sure, you didn't know the ones that asked you.
And you said you're not dating yet, and you're not still talking about.
No, I mean people are dating, not in the marriage.
If you are dating, why would you date somebody that you don't want to have? Me, I told you, I think I told you right from my JSS3. I already had the mindset that whoever I'm dating, I want to end up with. Even if it doesn't work out, that's my mindset. Everybody's
not like you. That's what you should. I'm talking about like in general stuff.
True. So in general term, if you want to stick around to find out if the person will get to know what he wants in life and if he's with you, fine. But if you know you don't have that patience and you don't have that time, until when you start seeing all those tiny red flags, move. Simple as that.
I'm not telling you to don't break up.
Murifera.
Don't break up your relationship. It's not CoNice that told you to break up, but just use the wisdom.
Just know what you want in life.
Use the wisdom of God for everything you do.
Exactly.
Right?
Just know what you want in life and know how to go about getting it.
How to navigate it, right? Exactly. Alright, so next question is
I'm already feeling the heat. It's just too.
How often should a married couple have intercourse? Let me not say the word. Let me not say that word.
I'm going to
YouTube. I don't want YouTube. They have this.
She said intercourse, interhouse sports. Intercourse. Anyway, yeah. So if you want to have interhouse sports as a married couple, please don't let it be once in a year for the way secondary school people used to do. If it's possible to have it 3 times a day, have it. There is no limit.
3 times every day.
And there's no compression limits, no elastic limits. So as much as you can, as much as you want to. The truth is, people feel like too much want to kill me. Auntie, please, if you cannot handle it, don't handle it. Tell them I cannot handle it. It depends on how two of you negotiate on your stuff, but both parties have to agree. But know this, according to the Bible, the man cannot deprive the woman his body, neither can the woman deprive her husband body. So two of you have to agree which level, to what extent is deprivation, and to what extent is auntie, okay, don't kill me.
Okay, what if the man wants it every day, but the woman cannot take it every day?
That's why you should have this discussion before you marry, so you know, say, auntie, okay, please. I cannot do it.
Did we have that kind of conversation before we got married?
I think we did. In the sense that I can't remember the exact way, but I think we did, and I think there was a time we watched Pastor Kingsley and Mildred's video, their YouTube video, and then we were talking about how they were.
We were married then, though?
No, we were not married then.
Oh, okay.
It was during the process of
process of planning the marriage.
Yes, and then they said they had it a lot. So I'm like, okay, they had it a lot, but everybody has their level of stamina. I think that was when we had the conversation, and I was like, for me, as long as I feel like as long as it is humanly possible, and both of you are in the mood for it, why not? Because there's no sense of having sex with somebody that's not in the mood.
Sure.
If the person is not in the mood and you cannot get the person in the mood, then it's just wrong. So as long as you're
Correct.
Yeah.
Alright, so for married people, not single people, single Pringles, you're not supposed to be having sex. Sex before marriage is Wrong.
Single Pringles, you're supposed to be eating Pringles.
Wrong.
If you feel the eating Pringles, the onion and the sour thing is to slap your mouth and bring you back to senses.
Oh my god. Alright, let's get to the next question. It says, is it important to talk about your past in a relationship? Now, this is not marriage. This is kind of like, okay, maybe you got into a relationship, and is it just right for you to just start talking about your past to this person you just met?
Yeah, if you just met the person, no, I would not advise that because people are really judgmental in some cases. And then some people don't understand that everybody has baggage. Everybody has baggage. Everybody have things they've done. Everybody have things that happened to them in the past.
True.
And some people are this kind of one that they are pointing one finger at you, not knowing that three
are
fingers
pointing back at them.
So you need to, if you just met the person, understand the person. First of all, can I say some things, personal things? Can I talk to this person on a personal level? First of all, communicating with them on a personal level before now communicating with them in a deeper level, talking about your past and your future. Personal level is like you can start talking, oh, I'm going to work today, or the country job, like what's happening now. But
presently in your life.
Some people, once you just tell them your past,
they are running away.
Exactly. But once you have gotten to the time where you know, okay, you're not start considering that.
What do you think is the right time before you can talk about your past or talk about
that's exactly what I was getting. That's exactly where I was getting to. So once that's gotten to the point where, first of all, you've gotten to know this person to some extent, and start thinking, oh, I can spend my life with this person. I want to get married to this person. I want to do life with this person.
Are you talking about the girl part or the guy part? Because the girl's part, she's not the one that determines whether she wants to spend the rest of her life with that person.
No, both parties do determine.
No, both parties do determine, but I feel the guy is big on, because if the guy does not want to spend the rest of his life with you, or he's just there, and you're already thinking in your head, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person.
That happens both ways. That happens both ways. If a girl does not want to spend the rest of her life with you, sometimes. So I don't know. You must have heard of girls that say, I don't want to marry this guy, but I don't want to let him go. It happens like that.
But the guy might not know that.
That's the thing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Again, once for both parties, as a guy, once you start feeling like, oh, okay, I like this person, I'd like to spend the rest of my life with this person. The first thing to do is communicate your intention and your feelings with the person, and then know the outcome of that. If the person says, oh yes, I feel the same way, then you can now start getting deeper into things, because now both of you have agreed that you want to do this thing called life together. So in trying to do this thing called life, you have to understand where both of you are coming from, so you can understand where both of you are heading to or can head to. Because there are some people that some things have happened to them in their life and they feel like, because of this thing has happened, I would not want it to happen again in the future, so I'm not going that way. So that's the can. There are some directions in life that you know that you can take and you cannot take. Somebody that they've thrown in the air before and was scared, or maybe he left and then he slammed on the floor, we obviously not want to say he wants to do skydiving because of the fear of height and the fear of what if I fall.
So that's a term of marriage.
No, there are people that say, oh, I want to, again, like I said, life experiences. Like I say, maybe I might say, oh, I want to do skydiving, I want to do skydiving with you or with somebody that I love. When my honeymoon, I want to go to so and so place and then do that cable rope stuff with you, those kind of things. Now, I might have that fantasy, but the lady, let me not say you, or let me say you in quotes, might be like, no, guys, not me and you that want to fall. If I don't communicate that thing with you, and when the time comes and I'm already looking forward to it, and like, baby, let's go, and you say no, I'll start feeling bad. And I'm like, and I've always dreamed that I want to do it with the person that I want to do life with. Do you get it? So on a general term, understand, once both of you have agreed that, okay, you want to do this thing called life together, you can start talking about
it. Okay, me, I feel like when you guys, because I don't think this agreement thing usually works in this Gen Z time.
It has to work. And that's
let me say what I'm saying. Because, sorry for cutting you short.
No problem.
Because I feel like what I've been seeing online, on the internet, or around us these days is that people don't just say, most persons say it, But I think the I think the more population don't usually define their relationships. So the people just go into relationship and start dating, they don't even know where they are going to. So that's why these things now become very difficult to really talk about.
Yes.
Do you understand? So my own candid advice is that once you get into a relationship at first, I don't think you should just spill out everything to your man.
No.
Right? I don't think you should just start talking and talking. Just give the relationship time. Let it nurture and let it grow. Now, study the person that you are with. Exactly. If this person is telling you things about himself, it now gives me a collateral to like open up also. Because if you're not saying anything about yourself, I cannot just open my mouth and tell you anything about my own self.
How do I know when to tell you things about myself? I have to know that you are on the same page with me with regards to where I'm going to.
True. Because I feel when I started telling you about my past, it was when our relationship is kind of different. Yes, our relationship is kind of different because it started with friendship.
Yeah.
But we were not really talking about our past. We were talking about stories that happened before in our lives and everything. So I think when I really started telling you about my past was when you also started talking about yours.
Yeah.
You're like, you started talking about yours and you're putting me in that light. I'm like, okay, this person is actually free with me and it's a bit vulnerable. Yeah. Do you understand? That was when I was like, okay, that's a collateral. That's something that he has given me. I can now open up to this person too. Yeah. So I think that is the point. You don't just go into a relationship and just wow. Your life will be everywhere in the world.
Absolutely. So
alright, so our next question is are men intimidated by women's success and how do they overcome it?
Okay. On a general term, I feel based on what I've heard and what I've seen, yes, sometimes, let me use the word sometimes, I would think naturally I would use most times, but let me use the word sometimes to be on the fair side. Men seem or tend to be intimidated by women's success because they have this tendency of, I am the breadwinner.
Men in general?
Yes, in general.
Okay.
They have this mindset of, I should be the breadwinner, I'm the head of the home. So if you are...
That's a man that's proud now.
Yeah, ego. Every man has ego. That's the truth.
Okay.
So you're talking about the men are, and based on my experience, I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot. Yes, they tend to be intimidated by it. Now it takes maturity for them to overcome it. Maturity in the sense that maturity on both parts. Because some women, knowing that they are the breadwinner of the family, the man cannot say thing in the house. And then you now start disrespecting the man and demeaning the man because you feel you earn more than the man, and you start feeling, I don't need you. The only thing I need you for is to produce children. All those things, I've heard stories like I've heard things like that, situations like that. Now, and maturity comes on the man's part to know how to either accommodate that or know when to speak up or know when to japa.
In a marriage.
Wait, no, I'm coming. When I mean japa, it does not mean that, oh, you have to dissolve the marriage. No. When to japa means when to know that, okay, I've had enough. We need to deal with this now. And before the marriage, I think there's a story of someone that I know that I think she got a car that was bigger than the man's car, and the man felt, why would you do that? And he ended the relationship. That's ego. And that's the intimidation. And that is totally wrong.
Because I don't think
that is immature.
I don't think it's reasonable at all.
Exactly. I think we had this discussion one time. I was in that moment. I was like, sugar mama. What I'm trying to say is that if both parties are together in a marriage and both parties genuinely love each other, the aspect of who is more successful, that there's no competition in success. One person's success is the other person's success. As long as they're married, the Bible says two shall become one.
True.
I've seen people that literally they were doing well, they got married and they be like, okay, woman, over to you for the business. And then the woman blows the business. And the man just relax and enjoy the dividends of it, or they both enjoy the dividends of it. It's knowing my wife is successful in this aspect. good, support her, give her all the support. And the same thing for the woman, give him all the support. Now there's level to success. No matter how much you push somebody, there's a certain level that they cannot go past based on life things and based on their career path. And the same thing on the other side, as a business person or maybe as a businesswoman, and you're like, this my wife's business is booming, she's earning more than I am doing. It's good, support her. Support her so much that she start you take see, babe, if you want to take your business to the
Calling me
moon,
people. Why you want
no, your spouse, if you want to take your business to the moon, I'm following you to the moon. You'll take it there. But when you start supporting her and you start giving her all she requires on the other aspect, on things that she cannot do by herself, she will start seeing you as a valuable asset to her.
True.
And in
O'Shea.
return, as a valuable asset to her.
Yeah.
And the Bible, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is.
True.
Right? So when she starts seeing you as a valuable asset, she starts seeing you as a treasure to her. Her heart will always be with you. As much as she makes more, you might end up being the one controlling whatever she's making because she knows she can trust you, she can be open to you, and she knows that you have given everything you can to ensure that she succeeds in her field. And the same thing, if the woman does that for the man, you hear men saying, I am not who I am today, if not for my wife. My wife made me who I am today. That is the valuable treasure on it. And that's why their heart is always with the woman. And that's why they will not hesitate to credit the woman for their success because they know the work the woman has put into them. Either emotionally, physically, financially, or every other way. Yeah, next question.
So you don't think a man should be intimidated
No.
by a woman's wealth,
Nope.
right?
Nope. If you feel intimidated, grow up. Grow up, dude. Grow up. You're a mature man. Grow up and support her.
Alright, so next question is why do some men hide their weakness? This question is
It's again, I think we're going through there are a lot of things that this ego thing deprives men of. And again, it's ego. I'm the man. If I make her see that okay, I have this weakness, she'll probably start seeing me as less of a man. It's almost justified and at the same time not justified. Not justified is if you know the kind of woman you're married to that will kick you when you're down, it's hard for you to open up to that woman. Or if you know that this woman is loving and she's willing to support me even when I'm down, it's easy for you to open up. Why do you feel people easily open up to their doctors? Because you know the doctors can help them, can give them a solution. It's the same thing. If this man sees that if I open up to you, you can help me or at least be there for me.
true.
Nobody wants to do if the man wants to do life alone, he will not marry you. Is it truth now?
That's strong.
If he wants to do life alone, he will not marry you. The only time he would want to feel alone or hide his fears by himself is when he feels like if I tell this woman, she'll start seeing me as lesser than a man.
But don't you think there's another side to this story that some men just feel like I can't tell my wife about my weakness, not thinking about the kind of woman they are. Maybe it's like something they've nurtured in them that they don't on a normal day, on a usual day, they don't know how to open up to people.
Yeah.
So even when it comes to now their relationship, they still don't know how to open up to their wives.
Yes.
Do you think there's a situation like that?
Yeah, the situations like that happen. How to deal with that is mostly on the spouses because it happens both ways. Let me see, right now, talking of man, it has to, the only way to help that kind of person is the woman letting this person know that I don't know how your past has been, whatever it is that is with you, but you can be 100% with me. 100% with me is 100% open with me, 100% vulnerable with me. I will not, your burden is my burden, your success is my success. Don't be Bible talker. Your people shall be my people, your God shall be my God. It's the way it is. So it's the same way. They say two shall become one. So trust me, if you're trying to do things, you're trying to hide your weakness alone, you will keep dying in that weakness without knowing if the woman can help you overcome it. So the woman too, if you notice that based on this man's background, maybe PTSD and whatever, that you understand as an understanding woman, you have to start one, you have to be patient, and two, you have to start putting effort to let this man realize that he can be 100% open to you.
naked and not ashamed by my pastor. So, number 7 question is: can a man truly love and be faithful to a woman that is not their spec physically?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Why did you use somebody so very fast?
Because I've been there in a situation that I feel like, for me, it's not every man has a spec. Every man has like, this woman is sexy or one thing, depending on the shape or whatever image they created in their head. But for me, and I think for most people, is no matter how sexy or how shapy or how whatever you are, if that deep connection is not there, then most people don't bother going ahead. They will just see you as a sexual figure. That's just it. And that's why you see some men, you see some handsome men or some beautiful women, and you're like, why can't they marry this guy? Everybody's beautiful and everybody's handsome. I'm just saying, but let's be honest, most of us, we said those things in our mind once in a while.
Now what?
Like, I see this woman fine. How did she end up with this kind of man? It is beyond the physical for them.
Oh
So
my god!
it's not by spec. It's not by spec.
Oh my god! It's the day you told me that I was not your spec. It's another video
next.
for another day.
Off mic, minister, off mic.
Alright, number 8 question is virginity important to a man before marrying a woman? General term now. Do you think virginity is like one compulsory thing or something?
If it was in our father's age, I would say yes, but right now I don't think it is, to be honest. I don't think it is.
So you don't think keeping a lady keeping herself is
a lady keeping herself is valuable, but you don't put your value on another person. You are doing it, you're keeping yourself for yourself, not because of man. That's the truth. Do it for yourself. If you are doing it because of man, men will stay in your white. It's the truth, and it's the same thing for a man. If you say how to keep my women will still stay in your white. So if you are doing it,
are you advising that
do
don't
it.
keep yourself?
Please keep yourself because it is the right thing to do.
True.
Not because of any other person. Don't place your value on somebody else's opinion. Place your value on yourself. The opinion of yourself.
But do you think that men say that, okay, I cannot marry this girl, she's not a virgin, or I don't care about marrying a virgin or not? What do you think?
I've seen it.
What do you think?
I've heard it both ways. So it's just what works for you for men most times.
For me, I feel like if a man is saying, I cannot marry a lady that is not a virgin, you too should be a virgin because there are also men that
what's
are
good for the good is good for the gander.
True.
So yeah, if you don't want something like that, if you want something like that, if you want someone like that, be that person to them. If you don't want someone like that, still be who you are. At the end of the day, it is for you. Again, it's not for any man or woman. It's for you. Keep yourself because it is the right thing to do. Keep yourself because it is what God says to do. It's not because I want to keep myself for one man. When the man's doing your right, you're like, after I kept myself. That's the wrong motive. You want to keep yourself.
True.
So
next question, please.
Okay.
Can a man refuse to marry a woman because she's too jealous?
Oh God. There's a thin line between jealousy and obsession.
Jealousy and obsession.
Yes.
But you know jealousy in its own term is a bad word.
Yes.
I won't say it's a bad word, it's
jealousy
broad.
Is still a fruit of obsession.
It's broad.
Exactly. So yes, there are some people that will say, oh man, this guy is too jealous. I can't. Before I will go to work and then I'm talking to my boss. We say, what are you? Or I'm talking to my secretary. What are you talking? And then because of jealousy, you start trying to do some kind of crazy things that you know you cannot accommodate in life. So yes, some people will say, oh, no, thank you. I'm not willing to go to that.
Am I a jealous person?
I'm
not.
To some extent. If you're not, how? Everybody, if you love somebody, you're jealous. Even God is a jealous God. So leave that in. It's the maturity of how to handle it and the level of it. It's not gotten to the point of obsession or craziness. Simple. So next,
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So next question.
I'm a jealous person. I'm not
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
very jealous. It's so cute.
Next, please.
Oh my god. All right. So is it right to ask a man you are dating for money? So this question is kind of like for our single Pringles or so. Sorry, I'm calling you single Pringles. For our single,
Oh my god, she's not even mind to her anymore. She's not the chat single.
I'm sure
Oh,
about you. I'm
eh,
sure I have my certificate inside the house.
Maria,
All
Auntie
right.
Maria.
So this is for singles. Is it right to ask a man you are dating for money? This has so many sides. There are so many sides to this coin
Yes.
right now, and there are so many different opinions. I've heard some, so I'm directing it to a man, and I want him to answer.
Um,
Do you think it's right?
well, first of all, whether you're dating or not, as friends, you can still ask the person if you're in need of, if you need help and you know this person can help you, you can ask the person. Talk more when you're dating. If you need help and you know the person you're dating can help out, whether male or female, whether both sides, please ask. Again, you are trying to do life together with this person. You are looking forward to doing life together with this person. It should help you know if this person is willing to support you or not. Now, at the end of the day, you need to understand that it is not the person's duty to always say yes.
True.
Because as at that point, you are still dating.
You're not
His
married to
money
him.
is his money, and your money is
It's
your
your
money.
money.
Exactly. So it will help you see how if this person has and still say no, then you know the level of compassion the person has towards you. If this person has and is willing to, you still know the level of compassion. So there's nothing wrong in asking.
What about those ones that normally normally just ask for everything? Okay, I'll buy shoe, I'll buy dress, my makeup, my this, my bag,
No,
my that.
that's
I need to
absolutely
go
wrong.
out for a
The
trip.
fact that you are dating does not mean that
Oh my
you have
God.
seen a new father or you have seen a new ATM machine. It's not.
It's not you're serious.
It's the truth now. Because if you're going to ask somebody for something, it has to be something that you need.
Okay.
It's not something like, oh, I want to go and clean, I want to do my nails, I want to do. There's nothing wrong with doing your nails. But actually, if you don't have the money to do your nails and you feel like asking him at that point is going to strain his finances, don't ask him. Let him see that you are understanding in times where he is low.
Understanding girlfriends.
And when no, it's truth now. Because
is it they pay?
sometimes he pays, sometimes he doesn't. Because at the end
Oh
of
my
the day,
God.
I feel like if this man, if you are dating somebody and the person doesn't feel like you understand, or the person feels like, oh, you know that he's not so going and you're asking him for money to go and do nails or buy a new bag, and he's trying to think of how he will survive and still make sure that he's available for you when you need to survive. But you're saying, no, I want to do this. You know, I've been in that situation before.
Okay, that's your girlfriend.
So
What
not a girlfriend.
situation?
She was not a girlfriend, but I've been in that situation before I met her and I explained to you. The guy will japa most likely, or he will just not see the value that he places in you will just drop. Even if he decides to go ahead, even if he decides to go ahead with the relationship, decides to go ahead, he will just see you that you're just after money, and then once the money is there, he will start treating you as a commodity. That's the truth. I feel so.
So ladies, value yourself and work for your money.
Exactly.
And also you should not ask when you are in their need.
Always
something.
when you're in their need, ask. Both ways ask.
Yeah.
And also when be understanding, even if you're in dire needs and this person actually doesn't have to give to you, still be understanding. Don't say, what are you there for? What are you there for? Why do I know you? You do not know it because of money, you don't know it because of ATM. It's not your ATM machine. Neither is your bank. You only know your bank because of money. You do not know your husband because of why do I
you're not serious. Why is he paying you?
He's not paying me. I have to pay someone in the world. Please, next, Jerry.
Is he paying you for your fellow men out there?
He's paying for my fellow men, and I've been there too. We're trying to find life. We're trying to experience life. I've been there too.
Oh, so sorry, baby. It stressed you. So sorry. Who do you want to expose?
Thank God to say there's something to expose.
Alright, so do married people get bored in their relationship?
Yes, sometimes.
Have you been married for long?
No, but even at that, sometimes you get bored.
You get bored.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you do get bored because at the end of the day, you still, especially when you're creative, when you're a creative person, you get bored because creative people like to do different things. You get.
I'm talking about general. I'm not talking about you could be creative.
No, I'm
Normal,
now.
general.
As a creative
married.
person, when you start seeing something as a routine,
Okay.
same thing in your marriage, oh, this is the routine. At some point, you'll be like, oh, there's nothing new. Then you start feeling the feeling of getting bored start coming in. And when that feeling starts coming in, sorry, my voice has got down a bit. I'm a quiet person. When that feeling starts coming in, it's up to you as a man or as a woman to take the responsibility to spice things up.
So how do you spice things up if you get
Create a different routine. Do something different.
Okay.
Simple.
Alright, so I think these are for married people that have been married for maybe long.
Yeah.
Maybe for long, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's just two remaining. Alright, so next question. Asking a man about his finances. Is it right for a woman to like ask a man about his finances? General thing now. Do men find it okay?
As a married couple. As a married couple.
Yeah, of course. No, as a married couple.
As a married couple, yes, it's right as a woman to ask because to help you plan the home, help the man plan his finances. Remember, you are helpmeet to the man. Sometimes men, have you not noticed this thing that if probably would have noticed it with me when you want to go to the, and I think I've seen it in different men. When you want to go to the market or when you want to go to get some groceries and you say, I want to go and get groceries on your own. And you're like, I'm like, okay, how much do you need? And you're like 20,000 for waiting. 20,000 a quote for waiting. But then you notice that when we go together, when I go on my own, you see me coming with plenty big bags.
If you guys don't understand that, let me come closer.
Don't come closer. Stay
come closer. Okay, the thing now is it happens in most marriages. I don't know about every marriage, but it happens in most marriages that this does not have to do with finances now. When a woman asks her husband for he has to do finances. But when a woman asks, I'm not talking about the paycheck now. I was asking about the paycheck. But when a woman asks her husband for money to get things in the market, groceries and every other thing in the house, and the man asks you, how much do you need? Like he said, and the woman says 20,000. I'm like, what happened? What are you going to buy? You don't know that things are expensive in the market. But if they go out, they will buy the whole world. So for me,
even I don't know. Expensive. I'm talking because I've been there and sometimes I'm there.
It happens in this house. But do you know how we do it? Come, let me teach you. We don't go to the market alone. That is if you can drag your husband. I don't know about some other
this one. It's like this you even on the road like this.
If you can drag your husband to the market, please do. It will save you a lot of stress and headache. Like my dad not to price. When we just go to the market, I just tell him, babe.
That's I wouldn't leave at the price ever. I'll be like, I don't understand. This woman think that
no, babe, there are sometimes that you don't go with me at price. Hey. But when you're with
me, I'm there, you just like, can't handle it.
I just want you to handle it. So, and then you buy more than we even want or we need.
Exactly.
So it's a sweet thing for me. Just go to the market and buy it.
That brings to the finances. A reasonable woman that asks about your finances. First of all, as a man, you have to know the kind of woman you're married to. Because if you know, there are things, this rich person is and you still love the person and you marry the person, there's nothing wrong with that. So you have to know the kind of woman you are married to. If you know the woman that if you give her your ATM card, the account is going zero, please just ask her, please, what do you need? How much do you need? Okay, this is what I can give to you for now. And just give her peacefully.
Oh my God.
But if you know the woman is someone that don't care when she goes to the market.
Understanding, like me, Jerry.
That's why you're dragging me to the market. When you understand that. Anyway, so it's knowing your spouse. And there's nothing wrong with the woman asking. And as a man, if your woman asks or your wife asks, and you know the kind of person that she is, and she's someone that is very calculative and planning and strategic,
True.
Please be open to her. Because you see, women are meant to multiply.
True.
If you tell her this is what you earn or this is what you have, she will come up with ways that you probably use less than what you have and still have enough to invest in something else.
True.
So there's nothing wrong in the woman asking. It depends on who is asking.
Yeah, because no, even about that, there are some men that they're not really. You see, finances.
Yeah, they're not really good.
No, it's not even about being good in finances. It's a no-go area for them.
They can't
Like
tell you
they
that.
cannot tell you what they aim. I've seen so many persons. I've not been married for so long, but being a single lady, I've seen so many couples that they don't know how much their husband in a month.
Yeah.
The husband is not open to tell them, and even when they touch the husband's phone, it's like, all kind of stuff. And then I feel like I don't even know why would you do that, right? Why would you do that? If you're one with this person, if you okay, see, I'm giving you my body, then I cannot give you my own finances or my money. Is your body not more important than your finances?
Some men don't see like that too.
How?
That's why they used to
I mean, I feel like
tell them to carry on together. They give them their body, collect their body, give them the money they want to give to them, and then they move. Some men don't see the value in that. So, and same thing, some women don't see the value in that. But what you're saying is actually true because a reasonable person, especially a Christian person, knows that their body is more important than anything else.
so. If you can give
the temple
of God, right?
Exactly.
So if you can entrust your body to this person,
Yes.
you have given your vows to this person.
Exactly.
So why hold on to your finances? Because a woman will actually build your home. And there are some women that will build your home. I don't know say all because I don't know.
So again, it depends on who is asking.
Yeah, it depends on who is asking
The kind of person
who the spouse is also, because there are some men that are like this. So change. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Alright, next question. How do you ask a man if he's cheating? Are you cheating on me? This is for real married couples also.
Okay.
How do you ask a man if he's cheating?
I've never been in that situation, but I think 90% of the time, if not even more, if a woman feels a man is cheating, the man is actually cheating.
Thank
90%
you.
of the time.
Thank you, brother of the Lord.
So, at the point of, I think the only way to ask is to just ask. And ask with the mind that sometimes, as I said, 90%, there are 10% that you are misreading things. So you need to just ask to get clarity. But if you are sure that, okay, this person is cheating, or you want to confront the person, please do. Just ask.
But you know, there's no man on earth that you ask, are you cheating on me? The person will just say, yes, you're cheating on me.
No, of course.
Nobody is going to
will
answer
tell
you that.
outrightly.
So,
But a man that is lying or somebody that is lying with something that serious, you will get the feeling.
most persons are bad liars. You will never know.
That's
Like
the
they
thing.
are good liars.
If they are good liars, then the suspicion will not really. They would have hidden their track very well for you not to proceed.
No. There are sometimes that okay. What I think now about this answer is
No, let's see what we wanted to see.
okay. There are some men that they might not really know how to like. Women are actually very smart.
Yeah,
Very smart,
yeah.
and they are very intuitive, right? So they might not really know it for sure, but they might just have the intuition that this guy does not stay with me at home.
Yeah.
He does not give me the normal time he usually used to. He's not that compassionate and everything to me.
Okay.
When he wants to pick up his calls, he just finds one excuse and goes outside to pick the calls and all the rest of it. So a woman would now start putting 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2. And she's like, I feel this man is cheating on me.
Okay.
And you're going to ask the man now, are you cheating on me? Most times it was a very big
issue.
Yeah, so
there's
what's
something,
the best way?
There's something that a friend of mine talks about.
Okay.
Now, if you're marrying somebody, you're getting married to somebody, both of you have to agree that there is no off-limit discussion. That's one. Two, a cheating man is already breaking his vows. So when it comes to that off limit, there's already off limit.
Yes.
So the best way to do that is simple. If you feel this man is cheating, or if you feel there are things that he's doing that are suspicious, you start asking him, babe, why is that whenever you want to pick or you leave? And like his business call. I'm like, business call, don't you answer business call here before? Then the response, that's why I said the person's response will start letting you know that there's more.
So if someone even get angry, I'm like, what kind of rubbish person is? Why can't I just not like
Exactly. So you start doing that for him. His defense mechanism. In that defense mechanism, you can tell the suspicion, the lie in that stuff because somebody that is lying will want to attack you, and that's the defense mechanism in it. So I feel at the end of the day, it doesn't be sure. Like she said, have proof.
Yeah, I feel you should have proof. Like
Have proof.
that's the only way
If
to
you
that's the only way to like know that okay you are right or you are wrong. Just have your proofs right instead of just
but
trying to cause a quarrel and a fight and everything.
Well, in trying to have your proof, be careful because some people can do a lot of James Bond work based on some kind of stories I've read.
True.
So be careful in trying to have your proof, and then be 100% sure before you take action. Don't just dive into conclusion if you are not 100% sure. If you have your proofs, then you're 100% sure they know the next line of action to take. But if you don't have your proof, in some cases, in most cases, just ask. You know he will lie, but in that lie, you will know the truth.
You know you will lie.
It's the truth now. You know he will lie. You know he will lie, I mean. But in that lie, you will know the truth because you know this person has been your husband. You can tell when you're lying or when the person is lying or not. The same way, I would never cheat, but you want to tell me that if you ask me that question and I'm lying to you, no, you will know.
They are not going to cheat on me.
I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm never going to cheat on you. But yes.
Oh, my foot just said it.
Yeah, because he knows.
By the grace of the Holy Spirit, in Jesus' name.
So yes.
Alright, so we are happy you enjoyed this section. It's kind of not like it's not an interview.
We're happy. Hope you are.
It's just a kind of like to get to know some kind of questions that ladies are shy or scared talking about or asking their significant other, right? Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed and you learned one or two things from this section with this handsome man over here.
Also, if there are things that are relatable to you, both whether personal or in third party, please share with us. Let us know how you dealt with it or how they dealt with it. Talking of third party, like people that you know that have gone through things that are relatable like this. Let us know.
And if you also have questions that you would like us to also answer or look onto, then you can actually send it to our Instagram or even to the comment section on YouTube, and we'll be pleased to answer you all. You
can send us DMs if you don't want it to be public.
Yeah, if you don't want it to be public, you can send us DMs.
In the text, that's the caption section, you have all our social media handles on Instagram and on TikTok.
True.
So we hope you've learned. We hope you enjoyed the session. If you are, please, we've talked about commenting, like, share, and above all,
subscribe. And we already got to 100.
Yep, we're climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, we're going up tete by tete.
Exactly.
So we love you all.
We love you
all. We are appreciating you all for following us, for joining us.
Thank you.
For blowing you love candle.
Love you. We love you.
We
and
love
also,
you.
Like we were saying the other time, I was saying that I watched I think I went to check our analytics, and at our last video, I think there were about 256 people that were enjoying our content but are not following us. Why? It's not fair.
YouTube people, why now?
Nice.
Subscribe.
If you're enjoying our content, whether you're enjoying it or is interesting to you one way or the other, just subscribe.
Check if my husband is serious.
It will not take money from your pocket
at all
or your bank account.
Nobody will even know that you even subscribed.
Add to it. Exactly.
Nobody will know. Just press that red button there.
Help us.
And also the bell to get notified whenever we are on. Yes.
So, thank you so much for enjoying the session with us. I'm Coach.
And I'm Yuna.
And together,
the CoNice.
Until next time, bye.